Namaste.
So, friends, we are here for a very timely and critical discussion, the Outlays of FEMA, a practical guide for banking operations. His presentation today is titled Foreign Exchange Management in India, from Controlling to Enabling Regulation, Implementation of FEMA 1999, and his insights will cover the historical context, the triggers for the shift, the structure of FEMA, and the roles of all the key regulatory participants. So we couldn't have asked for more.
Is to we started with the Saraswati Vandana. Let me also start with the Saraswati Vandana. Okay. Now this the agenda for today's discussion is consists of about five major areas. One is what is the historical context, changes in the new law, namely the FEMA 1999, how the shift has taken place from FERA to FEMA, and last but not the least, what exactly is the structure of the FEMA, how it is administered, which are the agencies involved, and what is their role in implementing this FEMA. Actually, when you look at the historical perspective of the evolution of foreign exchange, the period can be divided into 1939, where the control started, and the period up to 1990 was formally passed by the elected government, and then it was amended in 1973 once, and further partial amendments were made in 1993, and last but not the least, in 1999, the Foreign Exchange Management Act has been introduced, out of which this can be broadly classified into two periods. One is from 1939 to 1990, where the emphasis is purely on conservation of foreign exchange. Therefore, what has happened? There was more and more restriction on use of foreign exchange. So, but in the 1990, there was the provisions of the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act of 1973 was, first of all, everybody is known, it is a matter of point in history of foreign exchange, that there was a severe balance of payment crisis, that the country had reserves were adequate to meet almost 2 weeks, has only had foreign exchange reserve to make 2 weeks of import cost. Uh, Therefore, that is one very low reserve. And so what they did, the use of foreign exchange is for paying of import, which is a short-term demand on the foreign exchange. To control that, there was a administrative control. What was that control? That any import, the Reserve Bank of India. And this particular restriction, luckily I was in charge of that particular dispensation of the approvals for thing. The only relaxation that we gave from this 5 lakh of rupees was import of raw diamonds. The import of raw diamonds was allowed because it was, there are what is called the shareholder, license holders of the Diamond Exchange of London. So where they are members of that, they will get allotment of their quota based on their indent that they have made, and that indent they will be allowed to. Demands have accumulated like anything, unmanageable by these four people. So we started putting a kind of a queue, first come first serve basis, but still we were not able to. There were arrears of clearance of this. So ultimately, in March 22 only, to March 1992 only, this was relaxed. So during this period, when we closed this, lakhs and lakhs of applications where the India declared that it has attained what is known as the Article 8 status of the IMF. The Article 8 status of the IMF is referring to that there should not be any restrictions placed by the central bank for the use of so therefore in the 1994, now all this, mind you, all these things have taken place is a preparation to the formation of or drafting of FEMA. So in 1994, when we declared this as India is fully convertible on the current account, therefore what has happened? Prescription of documents or more and more export focusing was the policy of that. So the finance minister made a remark that if you are rely only on export alone, do you mean to say all the shipping vessels will come empty to the Indian shore? Started relaxing number of days. So earlier it was 90 days for export. Nowadays you get 270 days. It was 180 days. Then there was a distinction between user of the export foreign exchange. That means ordinary people and those who are located in special economic. Then I will move on to the what exactly are the impact of these kind of decisions taken by the Reserve Bank. One is that I will present you the balance of payment itself, which was almost touching zero. How this has moved over a period that from 1990 to 2000. That is the first policy step that the central bank could do. And then the trade balances, you see,